She-Rag got me.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Seahawks veteran quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Seahawks and the Niners on Thursday night.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. As CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their quarterback from Newport Beach State in California, played at USC. It's Matt Barkley.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Seahawks at 3-10 now on the year, and they come in at just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And we're down to the 41. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now Barkley. And the grab by Croft. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's Barkley to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. So now second into the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Barkley. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Here's Barkley. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Barkley. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rosas' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown. And
now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd down and 4, Wentz. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to it. Looking deep for Elliott. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
Wentz now to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Bruce Irvin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're on a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Barkley looking to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. One of the best in the last decade. So Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the shotgun, it's Barkley. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. This is taken at about the 14. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. the middle. Here's Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Wentz. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Inside give to Elliott. Down to about the 32. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And that's Elliott, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 13-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Touchdown 49ers. Deshaun Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have moved out in front. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. How you've been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well. That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barkley. And he whips that one incomplete there. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Barkley. That one taken in by T. Higgins. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Back to throw again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Carson Wentz and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. Now Wentz. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On play action, Wentz. He finds his target, Beckham. Finding room at midfield. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Elliott is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a third and goal situation. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go again with Dobbins. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line and linebacker. Second level in the secondary, the third. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Barkley. This is caught by Williams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Operating from the gun, Barkley. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. He gets it complete to Jackson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Wentz now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Wentz. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, 49ers.
Wentz now on 1st down. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
Now the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Barkley.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Barkley to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Barkley. And it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Brings up 3rd down and
Throwing is Barkley.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Albrecht Wilson on for the field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give to Elliott. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 10th carry now for Elliott. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return is Williams. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. 3 yards remain for second down. Barkley. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
Back to throw. Barkley. It's caught on the right side. Williams. A final shot before break. Barkley. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Man, where has the season gone? We're into week 15 now. So let's give everybody a look at what's coming up here on what should be a very interesting weekend of football. Some very intriguing games in that early window, highlighted by the one going on at the Superdome. A big test for the Saints, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Then on Sunday night, this one will be very interesting. The Patriots head west to take on their former offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, and the Las Vegas Raiders. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Barkley looking to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some
simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Jones on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd down, Elliott.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
A 1st down carry by Elliott.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
From midfield, here's Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
It's Jackson again on the reception. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now back to the ground with Elliott.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Over the middle to Beckham.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now, this red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. That's taken in by Watson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Pollard diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to throw again on second down. Barkley, and the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Barkley. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barkley. And his throw here's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Barkley, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Barkley. Trying to improvise. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Here's Jones. Gets past one man. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up,
a pedal ball play stop. They come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Throwing first is Wentz. And his pass incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Wentz. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
An 8-yard pickup. And the 49er 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And he's got his big tight end here. Touchdown! Eric Ebron. 31 yards. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st down, Barkley. And the grab by Croft. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Back to throw again. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down, Barkley. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back,
You better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now Barkley. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Here's Barkley. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Here's Barkley to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing is Barkley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. To throw, it's Wentz. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Elliott running right. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Niners on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Dances by him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Inside give to Elliott, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They go to Elliott again, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far, but you've got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Barkley. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. On the one side, if you're trying to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for San Francisco, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week as they will take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for Seattle, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.